Hey everybody, so it's me, Fame Marie, for those that don't know me. I wanted to come on today to talk about something that's really important, not just in finding a relationship, but keeping a relationship. Now, this is also something that's really personal to me. I'm going to be totally honest. Like, I really had to dive around this and I really had to dive into it. But here's the thing, we are so hung up as a society about having to look a certain way now. And we judge whether we do look a certain way, we judge if we don't look a certain way. And it's a real key fundamental part. When I got into love coaching, dating, relationships, it's because I'd actually mastered this area of my life. It wasn't just because, hey, this is a trend or hey, this is a good way to make a living. It was none of that. I was already an established coach. It was because it was the one area of my life, despite being able to manifest and do so many other great things in other areas of my life. It didn't matter how good of a coach I was, it didn't matter how good my business was. The area of love and romance to me was a total disaster and a total myth. Not myth, sorry, miss. And a lot of it came down to a few things. One, beliefs, which is another thing. Two was the ideology of what I thought I needed to be in order to have a relationship. And another huge part is what we believe we need to be in order to have love, or what we believe happens to people in love. So let me give you an example. When I used to see high powered men, when I used to see men, and tell me if this is one of your beliefs, when I used to see men that had the really beautiful wife and the lovely cars on the drive, the children, kind of what we perceive as what's meant to be the perfect relationship, I imagined cheats on his wife with the secretary. Literally what I imagined. I imagined drinks wine every night, really unhappy. For the wife, I mean. That's literally what my perception of love was. And so you can see why I was blocking it. The other thing was this. This is something I've really had to work on, by the way. I'm being really vulnerable with you here. I'm really open. I really had to work on this. Is looks. Now, if you look back, and sometimes I'll still use my old photos. I stopped doing it because I felt like a fool. And I was like, actually, that's still who I am. That was still me. That's still who I was. When I was one of the big fundamental changes, what really made me manifest love really quickly, and my soulmate, which I truly believe Pete is my soulmate, was the fact that I fully loved who I was and accepted who I was for my full quirks. I didn't rely on anyone else, Pete, anyone to validate me. I validated myself. But here was the chink that come after this part. I was so happy with who I was, but I'd based a big value on, yes, I felt attractive. Yes, I felt beautiful. I was attractive. I was beautiful. I still am. I based that on having to be a certain way, having long hair, and all the other, having the perfect polished look, having this. And when I got thrown into, when I first, and I can't name names, but when I first got into the relationship, Pete, I was really blindsided because I only had positive people around me, and I made that a real good point. I didn't have negativity, I didn't have toxicity. I'd rode that wave in my life and I'd got rid of everything that needed to go. I got absolutely pummeled with people criticizing the way I looked. Not Pete, by the way, and I can't name the people. These were people outside of Pete that were trying to get to him and trying to get to me. And it blindsided me so much that it literally knocked me off my feet. And then with going into having another baby where your figure changes again, then going into lockdown, having my hair extensions out, realizing just quite frankly how much emphasis I put on that being what made me beautiful, having long hair being what made me beautiful, to even now recently going into curly hair. I'll talk about that another time, but embracing my curly hair and trying to do it other people's way. And this relates into relationships, even embracing the fact that I do have really curly hair, but it needs a lot of relaxation. It needs some downtime. It needs to finish jogging bumps for a while and to heal. It's no one can tell you the right rules that are right for you. It's my job to help you understand and step into your power so you can fully be all of yourself, which is what makes you the magnet, which is all your quirks, all your who you truly are is what makes you the magnet. but it's also what is the longevity in a relationship. See, the reason that I adore working with women on relationships is it's really easy to pinpoint how really great relationships can go terribly wrong. And it's because of our internal thoughts and our internal feelings. It's because we're preoccupied with worrying what the other person thinks rather than totally loving who we are. So when it comes to looks, when it comes to beauty, this is something I'm really passionate about with women because beauty comes from the inside out. And I know that we kind of taught that growing up, but we have so many other messages from the media that we have to look this way, or we have a lot of, let's face it, I'd hate to say it's not true, and it's certainly been my experience. There's been a lot of hate. There's a lot of people that are really quick to troll you or really quick to put you down. Now, as a coach, as a therapist, we know that's because they're hurting. I know that's because they aren't happy with themselves. That's because they're hurting themselves. However, when we're going for those vulnerable moments of having children or embracing the new relationship, embracing our next phase, whether that's an illness, health, job, whatever it is, we suddenly can become really vulnerable to those things. So this is where you have to be super solid in knowing that you're beautiful and it comes from the inside out. It's about you knowing that someone who truly loves you for all of you. They love you for the quirks. They love you for the damages and the pain that you're trying to work through. They love you for the whole perfect image that is you and the fact that they see the uttermost in you. They don't love you because you're a size this, or they don't love you because you have this length hair, or you wear this makeup, or you have these nails, and you dress like this. They love you for you, but no one can love you more than you learn to love yourself. And that's where the magic is in relationships and dating. It's you being able to really know on a fundamental core level, not just who you are, but where you want to be in the future, the things that you want to create, the things that you want to manifest, the things that you want to experience, because they're part of you. The quirks are part of you. So know that beauty is an inside job and it radiates outwards. And do you know, this is something that I love teaching my clients because it's been an absolute change maker to my relationship. It's been, and you know, it's something that I've really had to dig deep into and uncondition and uncode even the beliefs and the poison that have been put there about what looks are meant to be or looks aren't meant to be. So do you know, to summarize this, go rock how you look, go rock who you are, dress the way you want to dress, have your hair the way you want it, your makeup, whatever, no makeup. Be authentically and unapologetically you, and I promise you, your love life will absolutely transform. You will literally change your entire dating, relationship, love experience. On that note, if you are ready to dive into, I have 2 offers running at the moment. I have my high end, which is for those that are really ready to dig deep. That's my one-to-one coaching package. And I also have what I'm loving at the moment, my Voxer coaching experience, which is a coaching experience where daily we are speaking via voice notes, via messages, and we are absolutely making huge transformations in the here and now. If you are ready to explore them, if you are ready to explore how you can truly experience lasting love the way you want to experience it, reach out to me to jump on a free one-to-one where we can decide if it's right for you, what is right for you, and really start fast tracking your love life. I am sending you all so much love. Remember, beauty is an inside job. It is not external. It is not based on other people's opinions. And trust me when I say this, when you fully embrace all of who you are and dedicate beauty to being what you decide beauty is, I promise you, your whole world will absolutely transform. I'm sending you all lots and lots of love.